Well, hey there, friends and family. Thanks for taking a minute to watch this update, and I'm glad that I finally got a chance to sit down and send one out. It's been a really good semester so far. A lot of really great stuff happening. So let me just dive in. Well, first of all, let me just start with a few items of really big news for our family. On December 18th, our baby girl was born, Evangeline Joe, and so she is already 3 months old and just a precious little girl, beautiful and all smiles and really sweet and just a joy to our family. August is doing pretty well at adjusting to being a big brother and loving on his little sister and just growing and surprising us every day with new things that he's saying or doing or learning. And for most of the time, it's just a lot of fun. Sometimes it's a little crazy. So Evangeline was born December 18th. And then on January 19th, so just a month later, we closed on our new house. And so we are homeowners for the first time and learning everything that goes along with that. It's a great little house and is quickly becoming a home for us, and had a lot of help for the move. A lot of students and friends from our church came out and helped us move. And once again, it just went super quick. Basically, we had almost everything moved except for like one more pickup load. We had most things moved in like an hour and a half. It was crazy. So we're very grateful for the support from our community in that, and enjoying getting to settle in and make it our home, and looking forward to the ways that God uses that house for our family and for our ministry. Yeah, and then Tessa just last week, she just went back to school, back to work, and it's been going pretty well. And so I'm transitioning back into having the kids part-time during the week, a couple days of the week, and then they're at daycare part-time. And so kind of finding the groove in that again, but grateful to get to spend that time with the kids myself. Her first day back, she also officially submitted her resignation. So exciting, but pretty scary. But she will be, yeah, at the end of this school year, she will be done teaching, and we'll just stay home with the kids. So we're excited for that. Pretty intimidated. We're not where we hoped we would be with our support raising goals and having everything in place like we wanted to, and so it's been a lot more of a step of faith to actually make that official and submit her resignation. So it's been pretty scary, but I think God has given us peace in it, that it's just a season that he wants us to trust him, and instead of having everything already in place, and just trust that he'll bring it into place later, or in time. So appreciate your continued prayers for us, though, as we work toward making that transition. A lot of good stuff also happening at Challenge. It's been a really good semester. I think I've really enjoyed it. I think there's been, especially like from my perspective on Tuesday nights, I think there's been a real great consistency to this group of students this semester. Usually by the third or fourth week into a semester, you can really see kind of that slump hit as students get tired and get distracted and get stressed. But I really haven't seen that like we normally do this semester. There's just been this consistency to attendance and to inviting and to outreach and engagement and everything. So this group of students is just doing awesome, and I think it's just praise to God for working in them like that. I've had a few pretty cool opportunities with the worship team. In February, I got to take the Challenge worship team out to Snyder Bible Church out in Colorado, which is the church that I grew up in and my parents still go to. We led worship, but we kind of did the whole service. We got to lead the songs, but also had a couple students share some testimonies, and then I also got to preach the sermon that morning. So that was really cool. It was really awesome to be in the church that I grew up in, and to go from being a kid in the church to standing in the pulpit and giving the sermon on a Sunday morning was really awesome. It was really encouraging and affirming time for me, but also really great for my team. They were loved and hosted really well while we were there, but also a great opportunity for us to learn from that as we kind of discussed just our observations and what it's like to be with a different church and a different congregation. So that was really great, and thanks Snyder Bible Church, all of you guys for having us out. I've also had some opportunities this semester to focus more on developing developing students as leaders for the church. And so that's something that's been on my heart. And I feel like God is kind of leading me towards something in that area, especially with developing worship leaders. And I don't know what that looks like in the future, but it kind of seems like God is at work doing something. So, but with that, with kind of the desires that I have for future, for now, I've kind of wanted to focus on, all right, how can I do that where I'm at now? I've had the opportunity to do that with two of the girls on the worship team. Hannah McGuire, she's been on the team for a couple years now, and has already kind of stepped up in meeting extra with me to plan some more of the transitions and stuff for the worship sec. But then this semester, I asked if she'd like to kind of step up to another challenge and actually planning and kind of leading everything kind of every other week. So we've been rotating and alternating planning weeks and giving her more responsibility. And I also asked her if I could kind of use that as an opportunity to kind of start to learn how to coach somebody. So she's been kind of a guinea pig for me. I'm really grateful for her and her heart to learn and help me learn. And then Maddie Matthews has been playing piano for us for a year. She's a sophomore, and she really had a heart to invest in the first year leaders. And so a few of them are interested in possibly being on the worship team after they finish the ownership course. And so I invited her to kind of take charge of connecting with those students and inviting them to jump in with the worship team a couple times and kind of seeing how we work and what the team is like. So she's really taking charge of that, which has been pretty cool. And then the worship team is we're leading a worship night here in a couple weeks. And so I asked Maddie if she would like to help plan that. And so we got to meet last week and talk a lot about kind of what it takes to, what it looks like to plan a worship set, and then started bouncing ideas around for the night as well. And so she's stepping up to that challenge and doing a great job. One last thing that's really been an encouragement to me this semester that I want to share with you guys is just my D group, my discipleship group, which is Connor, Clayton, and Michael. And man, they're just some really solid guys. Like, and I can't take credit for most of that. I feel like I just get to watch what God is doing in their lives, and I think He uses me a little bit. I think they learn a few things from me, but really God is just working in their lives in so many ways beyond me, and it's just fun to watch. But one thing that's been on my heart to kind of talk with and help them think about this semester, they're all upperclassmen, getting close to graduation, and so I've been trying to look past college and really help them think through, like, what does it take to last? Because a lot of Christians or who are really on fire for the Lord in college, 10, 20 years down the road, a lot of them just don't last in one way or another. And I don't want any of my guys to be that. I don't want to be that myself. And so we've had some really good discussions and looking at 2 Timothy as well to learn what we can from that. Not just to stay a Christian, but to become a leader for the church, whether that's a position they hold or just being a natural leader in how they live out their faith, and an example for the rest of the church to look at and learn from. And so we've had some really great discussions about that. Yeah. Well, thanks for taking a minute to listen to this. I know it's a little bit long, but I had a lot of things that I wanted to share with you. Sorry that I couldn't share more. But let me just say thanks to you as well. Thank you for investing in college students. Thank you for believing in them and what God can do in them and through them. Thank you for helping me raise up leaders, for partnering with me and joining me in that work, for raising them up as leaders for the church and as disciple makers for our world. So thank you for your investment in the students, and thank you also for your prayers and your support for me and my family, especially through this big year. We do appreciate you to continue praying for us, especially as we get back into support raising and trying to reach our goal, as well as just pursuing God's will for us in lots of different ways in ministry and life and in family, and then be lifting the students up as well. I just pray that God would be working in mighty ways to draw them to Himself and to raise them up as leaders and as disciples. So love you guys, and feel free to reach out if you'd like to know more about anything or just be in touch. But grateful for you and hope that all is well with you. Love you, and we'll hopefully talk to you soon.